Hello, it is Sunday, March 5th, and I'm going into town, but first I am dumping some trash. I'm in the La Posa South LTVA in Quartzsite, and I thought it'd be nice to take a little run through here, see how it's thinned out, and boy, it is thinned out. There are a lot less rigs here than we had a month ago, that is for sure. Dottie's with me as usual, and she's on her little bed, happy to be on a car ride. And not a whole hell of a lot's been going on. I had a day today, a Sunday, where I had absolutely nothing planned, no commitments made, no appointments. That felt pretty good. Got a good night's sleep. There's a guy over there standing on his roof doing something with his solar panel. Yeah, I've been thinking about larger rigs lately. I've got a guy with me with a big old fifth wheel. There are two Class A's and a Class C. Everybody's got certainly a much bigger rig than I have. Not that I'm not unhappy with my rig. I just wonder a little bit what it would be like to be living in a much bigger and maybe more luxurious space. That's something that may happen in the future, but I just don't feel motivated right now to make any kind of a change. My little 21-foot Winnebago Micro Mini is it seems right now it's just right for me. Maybe the answer down the road is what a lot of people are doing. They buy a little bit of land for home base and put in a tiny home. And a tiny home compared to my little Winnebago Micro Mini would be a big home. By comparison, it would be large and luxurious. I don't know, maybe that's a possibility. I do know, I don't like the idea of a Class A or a Class C, only because I really don't want the added headache of having to flat tow a vehicle behind me. Because the alternative, of course, is you would have to break camp every time you needed to do something like take trash, like I'm taking trash, or go into town, or go on a road trip, or it's just nice to have the freedom of a vehicle you can drive. So if you got a travel trailer or a fifth wheel, you can detach it and go. You can even do that with a truck camper. I know people usually leave it attached, but boy, I think if you're in a big truck camper and you're going to be in one spot, like in an RV park for a month or something, it would probably be a great idea to go ahead and detach that guy. But I most of the truck camper people I know don't do that I don't know exactly why, but I'm sure there's a good reason. I'm going to shut this off real quick so you're not looking at an empty driver's seat. Oh, here I am back, trash free. As I'm looking out over the mountains in the distance, I'm reminded of something I was told when I first started coming to the desert, is that if you notice, the light conditions change from moment to moment, really, in the desert. And it changes the whole appearance. Sometimes subtly, sometimes dramatically, but the lighting really is quite remarkable in the desert, and it's one of the things that makes the desert so special. It often makes me think, too, of pioneers, the settlers of the West, and what they endured crossing these deserts, these long distances in this very harsh environment. It's nothing for me to hop in the car and drive my 2 miles into Quartzsite or my 70 miles into Yuma. But for a pioneer with, a horse, covered wagon, or maybe even on foot, it's a whole different story. Just looking at all these rigs on either side of the road here, and I guess the reason one would park and camp so close to the main road is it's easy in, easy out. But as you may know, you saw me. I can't remember whether the first part of the video saw me turn around or not, but in the place I'm camped here, there is a little back entrance, unofficial back entrance into our camping area from Highway 95. So we get the benefit of a very easy in and out, like being next to the road, with the privacy of a more remote spot. And I really like that. The guys I'm camping with and I had multiple discussions about maybe we should try to camp someplace else. We've been here for 2 years straight in the same old spot, and we discussed a lot of other possibilities. And even, there was Imperial Dam down in Yuma, and a couple of the guys actually went out there to scout it out. We were going to do it, and they looked at it and, thought about it and came back and said, it's not anywhere near as good as where we are now. So we just want to stay where we are now. And I'm like, I can't really argue with that. Now I'm looking at this rig here. Look how that Montana rig to the right here, look how tall that is. Holy mackerel. That is tall, tall, tall. I've got a side-by-side on the back. That's as big as a small car. That's a huge side-by-side. A huge engine. I know my the annual pass runs out April 15th. I'm sure I'll be gone by then, but I wonder, what happens after that. I know it turns into 2 weeks, but I don't know if they issue permits for 2 weeks, and I'm betting you'd have to move, I don't know, I'd have to look at it, but sometimes you have to move as much as 30 miles away to, do another 14-day stretch. That's to prevent people from saying, okay, I've been here for 14 days, I'll move 20 feet and start the clock over. Obviously, you can't do that. So they have, and it varies by area. I'm pretty sure it varies by area, and I've seen it 20 miles, I've seen it 30 miles. Rarely anything, or I've never seen anything that varies much from that. Today we're going to be going to my new favorite RV propane place. It's going to be Patty's RV Park. They started, I think it was this year, they started doing propane, and they've really the approach that they've taken is they're wanting to deliver like over-the-top customer service. You pull up, they immediately, if you're a pickup truck like me and it's obvious my tanks are in the bed, they go immediately to the bed, they open it up, they take out the tanks, they fill them up, they put them back in the bed, they close the bed, and they come to my window, my driver's side, and we do the transaction right there. Every other place, you really need to participate a little bit more. You need to get out of your rig, and in some places they might take it from, if you open up your back, they might take it from there, they may not. A lot of them require that you carry the tanks yourself over to them. And every other one that I've done is you have to walk someplace to do your payment, and this is the only one that is like, driving up to a full service gas station. Well, I am back from my shopping, and I got a warning that I'm about to run out of complete power on the microphone, so I'm going to end today's right here in the Coyote Fresh parking lot. Hey, everybody, have a good day.